Hi everyone, John here, welcome along to another video, and I thought I'd do a little lesson today. This is kind of like a conceptual lesson, I suppose, on articulation. And if you don't know what that means, I'll explain in a minute, and I'll try and give you some examples of what I'm talking about too. So what do I mean by articulation? Well, what I'm kind of meaning by articulation is to make every note clear. So if you're playing a phrase, I'm in D minor here, you want every note to ring really well, and not to leave the fretboard, you know, too early, so you get a kind of a dull note, and everything just to ring out. Now, obviously, we're not talking about dynamics here because I'm playing that kind of all at the same level. But can you hear the hammer on, which I'm doing here? 15 hammer on to 16, back to 15, pull off to 13. Is the kind of the same level as the pick there, so. Now you can change the dynamics. This doesn't affect the dynamics. We're just talking about the quality of the note. So if I kind of stay in this area here, this position 2 of D minor. So the notes are kind of clear, and that's important because if you start to leave the fretboard too early, now this is going to be really difficult to do. Now this is difficult to do, but can you see there that I'm not really... I'm slightly off with my notes, and it doesn't make for a good sound. So what you want to try and do is each note that you play, even if it's a simple lick, say we did this, just make sure that within that simple lick, before you start to play or anything else, or before you start to speed it up, you want to have each note clear, and then you want to try and add your vibrato, and that's got to be perfect. And if the notes are, if they're sounding a bit off like that, then just go back and work on your phrase, the articulation of the notes. Now everything you play should be you can play it quieter, but try and make sure, even with the quiet passages, everything you play, just make sure it's articulated and every note is special. So when everything you play, make every note count, really. So one of the things with articulation is if you can get this kind of down slowly, then when you speed things up, it makes things a lot easier. If you listen to players like Joe Bonamassa and kind of Eric Johnson, their picking is very, very clean. Here's a little phrase you could work on. So now you could do this. Now can you see when I sped that lick up, you still have the same articulation, and that's just because I've worked on it slowly. Alright, so this lick is 12 on the D, 10 on the G, 12 on the G, and then 13 on the G. It's that blues note. Okay. And then back down again. So that's 10 on the B here, 13 on the G, 12 on the G, 10 on the G. And then you're going to slide from 12 up to 13, back down to 12, pull off to 10. So just get that slowly. And you've got to do it slow, and every note. So can you see when I play that quick, it's still. I'm not bluffing that, I'm not, you know, I'm not doing that, it's articulated. There we go. Hope that makes sense. Do try that. In other words, what I'm saying is everything you work on slowly, because the slower you do it, the better it will sound as you speed it up, and the speed will take care of itself because you've done everything slowly. It only starts to go wrong when you try and speed things up, you know, a bit too quickly. So do it very slowly if you can. There's no race. Let me know how you're getting on, and remember to subscribe if you can. That would be really cool, and I'll see you in the next video.